Hey folks, if you're watching this video, firstly, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm going to put this little intro on the beginning of a handful of these early drafts. I'm Johnny Phoenix. I'm just like a person who likes to play Magic. I'm out here watching all these videos, your LSVs, your Reeds, your Paul Cheons, and I love those videos. Reed Duke's my favorite player to watch. But sometimes when they keep trophying over and over and winning, it gets hard for me. I don't know if anyone else feels that, but I feel kind of like shit. And I just wish there was someone out there just playing Magic, grinding, and losing like me. So I'm going to put out some videos here. Hopefully they're a little more beginner friendly. There's not as much pressure. We're going to talk through things, take it pretty slow. And if that's your kind of thing, hopefully you can learn something. I'm going to be here learning with you. I don't have the technical skills of LSV. I don't have the stoicism of Reed to never get tilted. I don't have the draft expertise of years and years of draft content like Kenji or whatever. I'm just a guy playing some Magic because it's what I like to do, and I'm here learning with you. So we're going to jump into some Foundations drafts, and hopefully you enjoy. Welcome back, folks. Welcome if you're new, I guess. We're going to get into another Foundations draft. We got to diversify a little bit in the previous draft. We were red-white aggro. We got out to a rocky start, but we salvaged a very good 5-3. The last game was a heartbreaker. I misclicked, and it might have cost us. Let's get into another one, see where we end up. I'm still going to try to stay away from green as much as I can without forcing anything. We've drafted green a lot already on this channel, so I really would like to get some blue-black going. That feels like the kind of games that I want to play, but we'll see what we find. I've enjoyed the format very much. I've gotten a little bit into just the tiniest bit into the data. I've heard the white commons are good. Okay, I said I wanted blue-black control, right? Did I not just say that? I don't always trust myself to be a good control mage. I could just try and go back to white again. There's not a lot of other stuff going on. Claws Out is not really what I want to first pick. Felidar Savior is a good card. But we're gonna take the Edict and see what happens. There's a Balmor, but you'd be putting yourself on a gold card right off the bat. We'll see what we find. I said I wanted to be blue-black control, right? Raise the past. Return all creature cards from mana value 2 or less. The problem with this card, I think, is that the power level is down. And the creature cards with mana value 2 or less are just not that good. Micromancer is a creature to go in our Wrath deck, but Micromancer is so good. While there are not very many good cheap creatures, there are a wide variety of good cheap spells to find with your Micromancer. Oh, this is... I want to snap off the Burglar Rat and just keep doing the thing. There's also a Banishing Light and a Luminous Rebuke. And this is just a way better card. It's also splashable. We could also be black-white or blue-white. You never know. I think I'm going to take the Banishing Light. There is... Oh, geez. Oh, geez. I don't even know what I was going to say. There are the gain lands, there are the common dual lands and evolving wilds in the set. So splashing is not too hard, but is not super easy. You have to find the right dual lands. Buccaneer is very good. I just don't know if I'm going to have enough creatures in my deck to trigger raid. I could still be blue-white. I'm going to take the Buccaneer here and hope that we can get some of the good commons back. Passing the double Burglar Rat. Maybe they come back around. Okay. We need the spells. Hero's Downfall is obviously good, but there is Eaten Alive, there is Stab, there is Bake into a Pie, all at common. And I'd rather take the Micromancer, although we don't have any spells to pair with Micromancer yet either. So that is an issue. White, also not a great pairing with Micromancer. Just Joust Through, I think, exists. So we do want to be black. But Micromancer is just so very good. We could take an Imprisoned in the Moon here. There is that. If you happen to watch the last draft, you saw what can happen when someone cast Imprisoned in the Moon and their opponent needed to find a land. I could just take a Macabre Waltz, and maybe we're in like a more creature-focused deck where we just happen to have an Edict for the right situations. I'm not really thrilled about any of these cards. If we can get some of the Burglar Rats back, now there's a Pilfer and an Evolving Wilds. I think I'm going to take the Wilds because Banishing Light obviously is very strong, and Pilfer is medium. Neither of the creatures am I'm not excited about either of the creatures. Mocking Sprite just doesn't have the power and toughness, and while we are going to have a number of spells, I just don't think... Boy, how many Burglar Rats could we have? Also, 3 Tolarian Terrors going around, if you're in that deck. We're going to take the Rat, though. We have Micromancers and Buccaneers and whatnot to beat down with. Oh, if I can get some of these Rats back. I'm going to take a Runaway Together here. I don't think this card seems very good in this format. But if we get some of these Rats coming back, it's an expensive way to do things, but it can pick up a Micromancer or a Buccaneer. We're going to stash that. Yeah, no Rat. We're going to take the Zombie. It can buffer your life total a little bit and potentially trade up on defense. Although it definitely could trade down. Okay, we're going to take a Turtle. We'll take the Terror, but I don't know that we're going to get there on that. And we'll take the Barrier. We might have forced things a little bit here. I don't know. It depends if... Drakaseth, if you get it into play, just kills your opponent on like the very next turn. Flamewake Phoenix is decent. Mystic, very, very good. Bake into a Pie, also very good. We don't really have the card draw to make the Mystic work right now. I think we should just take the Bake. But again, we might just... We might just be a more creature-focused deck. We might ditch the Turtle. Mystic's really good. I don't like passing another good black card and another removal spell, but... How there's like an Eagle, we can go really off track. We have Mystic. No, I don't think we want to do that. I think I just want to... I think I need to take the Stab here. It's a good, cheap card. I really need to get some spells to start working with these Micromancers. I definitely like the Big Fin Bouncer, and I'd consider the Luminous Rebuke. Although it's going to be tough because we already need to start picking up playables. So picking up Fixing is going to be tough. We have a lot of cards that we need. Okay, I think I want a fleeting distraction here for my Micromancers. Just, it's great with Mystic. Churns through our deck to find our good cards. I'm not super excited to pick it, you know, pick 3 out of a pack. But there's not a lot else going on. There's nothing else that I'd be happy to pick here. Perforating Artist is good, but I don't think that's where we are. Another Raise the Past. Sky Mage. I just don't want the 4-mana card that can't block. Like, I want the 4-mana card that sets my opponent back a turn and can block. Yeah, we're getting clunkier on the Blasphemous Edict, but we can kind of... Anytime you have the Wrath, you're the one who knows you have it. So you can play in such a way that it is to your advantage. And I do want to have things to attack to trigger the Buccaneer. I could take a Burst Lightning. But I'd just be splashing that instead of the Banishing Light, so I might as well take the Wilds. Fake Your Own Death is cool with Burglar Rat. It's cool with all of our cards. But I feel like that's getting pretty fancy. Am I going to be playing Gleaming Barriers? The same pair of creatures that underwhelmed me not long ago. I don't think Heraldic Banner does anything for me. I really need more 1-mana spells. Boy, this is tough. I'm going to take a Light Shell Duo. I think that's the card I'm most likely to play. Although I do have a bunch of 4s already. Blight Priest doesn't do anything for us. We don't gain life. So I'm going to take the 2-drop, I think. And we'll probably just take a big idiot here. We're definitely not the Revenge of the Rats deck. I don't know if there is a Revenge of the Rats deck in the format or not. We'll take the big dummy. We could take a Wizard, or we can just guarantee that we've got Banishing Light going. Okay, and then if we hit a white bomb, I just don't see myself playing another... Maybe it was Hungry Ghoul there. We'll take a Witness Protection. Unfortunately, Micromancer does not find Witness Protection. We really could use a Stab. Or an Eaten Alive. Or an Eaten Alive. Scavenging Ooze. Pretty darn good. Good reason to have a lot of green mana in your deck. Yeah, I think this is just snap off the Eaten Alive without a doubt. I wish the cards would just go where I put them. Another Burst Lightning that we're going to pass on. I think the splash, we're going to play a Plains. So I don't really want to put even more tap lands in my deck. I just don't have the spells to make Archmage work, but I don't really want to pilfer either. Maybe I do want to pilfer. I could just take the Scoured Barrens and cut in Evolving Wilds, because this is just a better... All right. Oh, I want all these cards. Elenda is very good. It just doesn't fit in our deck. We could use a Think Twice for the Micromancers. But stab is just so good. Not to think twice for the Micromancers. I think twice for the card advantage. Stab for the Micromancers. Elenda just doesn't do anything with... I don't know. If you took Elenda there, I could see that. We just got another stab. We have Eaten Alive as another cheap card to turn on Banshee. So I think we're going to try the Banshee. We're not really a great Blasphemous Edict deck, but again, we're going to try to be tricksy with it. I could have had all the tap lands I could ever want. Fishing pole doesn't do anything for me. I'm obviously not splashing Sarah. I have as many... I guess I'll take a cheap card. Black 2-drop. I'm already not playing the one runaway together that I have. I don't think Exsanguinate is really ever the place where I want to... Maybe I'll take an Icewind. The other thing is that we're not great at using the Mystic. Excuse me. Maybe I just want the Icewind instead of the 6-drop, maybe? I'm going to take a Plunderer here. I have 0 3-mana plays. How many tap lands? I don't need a third turtle. We could play... No, we still... All these blue cards, and I just don't want any of them? I'm going to take another flyer that triggers the Mystic. Choose a creature type. That doesn't seem like it's going to do me any good. Okay, if you're going to twist my arm. I got a Pilfer. I do like that as just a cheap play. The format is slow, so maybe you take their 3-drop or whatever it may be. We ended up with 4 spells for the Micromancers. We have a Pilfer. Our mana is just 6 blue, 7 blue, 8 blue, 9 blue, 6 black, 7 black, 8 black, 9 black. That's just a lot of tap lands, but we are the slow deck. We'll do a little test to see how many tap lands is too many tap lands. We're not gonna go. We're not gonna go super hard. We have a Burglar Rat, and then a bunch of really expensive cards that do things when they ETB. We could also just bounce the turtle just to get the bounce spell, but that's a questionable place to be. I could also just expect to get to the late game and put another giant monster in my deck. I have 14 creatures. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 early plays. Okay. I could play the Light Shell duo instead of the zombie. I'm not a big fan of any of this. I could also play Gleaming Barrier just as a blocker. Maybe I should have just got one more turtle when I had the chance. All right, we'll do a test run on the runaway together. I don't think that's 2 target creatures. I can't like get a token and then bounce Banishing Light or anything like that. Literally every big mana card in my deck has an ETB. Maybe we want 18 lands. Maybe we just want to hit our land drops. I didn't get a Think Twice as card advantage. I just have the Micromancers. I didn't find a Spectral Sailor. Okay, we're going to play a game. I think the deck could have used a couple things in the end. If I had jumped on some of the Burglar Rats early, that might have been better. What did we pick over the Bacon a Pie? The Mystic. Yeah. Mystic not looking like it's going to do anything. Looking like... well, we'll see how it looks. I have a small number of things that can trigger it. You've got 2 1/1s. Turtle, right on time. I could put a creature in my graveyard to eat and get the life. Well, I'm not going to take the Banishing Light. Elementalist doesn't look great. Stab doesn't look great. I could decline them all. I'm guessing they're a creature deck, and I'm going to take the stab. I'll just take a stab in the dark. Thank you. Or is it a shot in the dark? Shoot. I don't know. I don't know what they've got here, but... I don't really feel like bouncing anything. The zombie looks kind of trash here, but I'm going to use my mana, and I'll eat my own Elementalist to just drain for 2. They could play an Ambush Wolf or something. Exile up to 2 target cards if at least 1 creature. They got me. They got me so bad. I'm not gonna take a bunch of 4 damages, so I could play the oops here to try and bait them, but we'll just do the thing. Yeah, I mean, this is where Spectral Sailor is just totally busted. If I had a Spectral Sailor, I'd be... Okay. If I had a Spectral Sailor, I'd just be winning easily, I think. Even a Think Twice would be so good. If they can... Okay, we'll just gain the life and not get ratted again. If they can kill their own Infestation Sage, that puts a huge kink in my attacking plans. Big Gnarlid Colony still doesn't get through the turtle. Oh, that's embarrassing. I could bounce the colony, pick up the plunderer, and replay the plunderer for the surveil. Sets them back that whole turn. Maybe sets me up to find something. I don't know. This is kind of aggro, but I can't really afford to draw another land. Pilfer, stab, turtle. I could have declined. You may put one of those cards back on top of your library. I think that might have been a decline. Like, I'm assuming they're playing the Gnarlid Colony, and then I could have pilfered for their last card, but that's kind of dangerous if they double spell or just are flooding. Well, we would have ended up getting the Gnarlid Colony. Stab looks ridiculously bad now. I mean, there's no shame in losing to Liliana. If we could have triggered the Mystic like even one time, that would have been pretty good. I mean, this isn't even, like, we just don't have any useful stuff. We'll stab the... I don't even know.
Time to death is such an effective tool.
If we, like... If we draw, Eaten Alive, we stab the... If we draw Eaten Alive, we stab the... What is this thing? An insect and Eaten Alive, the Elfsworn Giant. If we had drawn the Banshee, because then we could have killed the Liliana as well, right? We still have one more shot, because the Liliana will only be on 2. Banishing Light off the top. Did we bin the Banishing Light? Okay, we did bin the Banishing Light. It's not even non-token. It's just when a creature you control dies.
My hands dirty.
And they just draw 2 cards here. Oh, they draw 1. Okay. We're not quite dead here, right? 4, 5. The grind continues. And the splash, and this triggers, right? So if we just block like this, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Oh, I totally miscounted that. We took way more than that. Okay. I don't know. If we had hit the Micromancer a turn earlier, things could have worked out. Oh, that was our first game, huh? Yeah. Okay. Can't say I'm super happy with anything we've got going on. Although, we lost to Liliana, like... That's just a thing that happens to people, right? Can't really say I'm super happy about it, but... We have a stab and a pilfer, and if we find a blue land, but we're on the play. I'm going to keep a stab and a pilfer. There's just nothing they could play on 2 that I couldn't stab. I don't think. So we'll wait. I think they have a burst lightning. I think that's what that means. See if we can disrupt their curve here. They have a mount, so they can't cast Refute right now. Sower of Chaos, Sower of Chaos. They're going to cast Thrill. Sower of Chaos is unfortunate. I don't know. I'm assuming I'm going to have to rely on this Blasphemous Edict at some point. I could have taken the Thrill and then left them with nothing to play. I don't know. We're just going to do this now, not let them have a chance to draw any cards. They play a Sower. What does it cost? 3 mana. They play a Terror. Turtle can't block that. Do I even play the turtle? I'm going to play the turtle, like, if we're going to get anywhere, we're going to need to get to Edict. And so turtle just would have gained me 5 life, but instead it doesn't. None of the cards they had in their hand did they play. They only played the other cards, the other better cards that they drew. Well, there's not really any point to playing that. Unless I had some reason. I'm assuming they'll... they just give Menace to the Berserker an attack, and so I guess I gain 5 life. Maybe if I can go land to land and somehow survive and they just play all their cards and then I edict them. The problem is that I'm dead next turn. And I didn't find a land anyway, so... Take exactly 8. Could stab something, but that doesn't really do anything. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess that was our fault. We kept the 2-lander. Again, our opponent, you know, didn't play any of the cards that they had when we pilfered them. But what are you going to do? Okay, we've got lose to Bomb Planeswalker and get mana screwed already checked off the list. So we can't go wrong here. I'm sure we can't go wrong. We really, they're just... I don't know. Maybe blue-black isn't the place to be. Maybe we just have the worst version of it. We definitely don't have... Like, we have Edict, and that's it. That was the only high power, like high leverage card that we got. I like Micromancer, and we had a decent Micromancer package, but with only the... Okay. We're going to get them all. We're going to get them all knocked out in this one draft. Lose to Bomb Planeswalker. Get mana screwed. And get paired up against Diamond player. It's only Diamond 4, so I don't have to feel too bad. I do really just, like, hate that, like, you, Mystic just sucks so bad in our deck. I don't really care. I could just Witness Protection the Pride Mate now and forget about it. But if they grow it next turn, then it's a 2/2, and that really sucks. But I also have Plunderer. I'm going to go for the upside. I mean, maybe I could just try to trade, because, like, Mystic is so bad in our deck. What instant speed life gain is there? Joust through? Are they going to joust through me? Maybe Pride Mate's just bad in their deck. I guess the thing I wasn't considering really is that I could have used the raid on Plunderer. I'm not witness protectioning anything. We could just wait now and try and get, you know, their last good card off the rat. I'm gonna just try and use the Elementalist maybe to just block the parent. See what happens. See what they play. I could just take the 3 and then try to use the Elementalist to trigger the raid. They have like an Ambush Wolf or something. They have Resolute Reinforcements. They have just a Giant Growth. Part of the problem is that I don't even know what I want to draw here. I think I want to put the Icewind on top because it seems like a good card to have here, but then I'm missing my land drop. I could just put a land on top. I already have the removal spell and the mana. I have the zombie to play and the rat. I think almost assuredly that was probably wrong. As I was doing it, I was like, yeah, this seems wrong. But if we can hit a land somewhere in the couple cards afterwards, like we have plays to make. So you're saying I should have played the zombie, huh? And put something else on top? I can play the zombie and eat the mystic. Witness protection just seems so terrible. Plunderer, not very good against all their value cards. Okay, if they have claws out, what's going to happen here? That seems fine to me. Now I kind of have the issue that I don't really want to discard any of my cards. Burglar Rat does seem weak because they, like, we're just hitting their random worst card. I'm assuming they have Oops All 5 drops. Or they could have something odd like black cards. Obviously they could just have a bunch of removal spells. I'm going to pitch the rat. Maybe I could have held the rat. I'm definitely putting him on claws out, without a doubt. Claws out is +2/+2. Okay, so I can Micromancer for a stab, which then sets up the Tragic Banshee play if I found another land. I mean, they could definitely have Luminous Rebuke, but I need to win the game somehow. That is the issue. So we're going to play through it. They could have Day of Judgment. They didn't hesitate in snapping off their creatures earlier, and I don't really want to play around a rare. I discarded the rat, so I don't really have anything that I want to sack to Eaten Alive. Mystic is gone, so Fleeting Distraction is just a cycler, which could be correct. But we'll see if we can, you know, if they play some big spells, we set up the oh, my mana tapped pretty excellently there. Didn't let me keep up the stab. That was my fault. I should have been paying more attention. I'm gonna do this. I want to try to get them to use the claws out. They have 2 cats, so they can still cast it. So if they want to trade claws out for my Micromancer, oh, and we drew the land too, huh? I mean, that was kind of hasty, but we still have Banishing Light and Witness Protection, and we have lethal here. Like, if they play one giant creature, I just... Okay, well... I don't have lethal anymore, but... This is just normal prowess, right? So I could, like, Witness Protection and then Banishing Light to get 2 prowess triggers, but that's still only 9. I mean, I'm going to clear the Indrik and attack for 8. Maybe I'm going to Witness Protection and attack. Because then I have the same prowess trigger next turn. Turtle just is not a card here. I did not know we were going to be the beatdown. If they have like another Indrik. Oh. Any and all progress has completely stalled. But we did get a win. We did get a win. Can we salvage a couple more and get to the coveted 3-3? I don't even want to look at the deck again. I don't know. What else is on the bingo card? It's more frustrating. Like, getting paired up is whatever when you're 0-2. But it's more frustrating, like, when I see Diamond 4 players playing against Paul Chian at number 100 Mythic. Like, there's just such a huge amount of investment in the format between reaching Diamond and being top 100 Mythic that when there's, like, real money at stake, essentially, it doesn't feel good. I know that's what you sign up for, and you want to play against good players. But there is matchmaking for a reason, right? We have a turtle, we have a stab, we have all our colors. I still want to just... I could have kept up the stab. That was definitely a consideration. Okay, well, that's not a thing I want to stab. But it is a thing a turtle can get in the way of. Thank you, Evolving Wilds. Putting our tap land theories to the test. Do we have too many tap lands? Turtle can attack. It is not a defender, so we can trigger raid a few turns down the line. Opponent has triggered revolt on their turn. That's not stabbable. I guess we just get to play the tap land, huh? They could just snap off a few angels. There are just enough angels in the set. There's the 4-mana angel. I believe there's the 5. The other one's 5 mana, the 3/4. There's Sarah. Pilfer. Pilfer away. Take my buck. Could take my Banishing Light if they have something to protect. Them knowing about the stab also makes it slightly worse. Us, okay, now we did all the things, right? I forgot the bingo card obviously includes Flood as well. Oh, so many. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're in the Blasphemous Edict waiting room now. Haha, you fool. I've got all these. A fleeting distraction. I don't think we can really, like, hold the Buccaneer. We need to, like, get to the Edict. And it theoretically holds everything back. If they play another Angel, then that's not great, but we'll do what we can. Again, we just don't have any engines. Our Micromancers looking quite trash right now. We have one stab left in our deck. Oh, Diabolic Edict. Never have I wanted you more. Now what? We'll go one more turn, see if we can find the Edict. I'm assuming they're just going to deploy crap, so we'll see what they do. I got a lot of mana up. They know about my stab that does nothing. Another Angel. Exile target player's graveyard. Okay. Do we use the stab? It's not really doing anything, is it? That's not a Blasphemous Edict. I could cast Eaten Alive. I really don't want him activating the Squad Rallier is the thing. Squad Rallier is also the only thing that the turtle blocks, unfortunately. Okay, play a land, play a couple creatures, I rip Blasphemous Edict, and then we're both drawn off the top. They've got like Sunblessed Cleric or something. Cool deck with the, well, I don't know, I guess. Oh, it's got Menace, huh? That wasn't a Blasphemous Edict. It was in the bottom half of our deck. What a bummer. Do we have any way? We go to 3. Can we live another turn? No. We go to 4. Oh, up to 2. Boy, I'm living up to the name recently. I am indeed a Munson. Are they going to activate it? They are. Okay. We played to our outs. Well, that's the 1-3. I wanted to play blue-black control. I first picked Blasphemous Edict, had 2 Micromancers, and got freaking destroyed. Did not have a good experience. It never once asked me if I had fun. I don't know. We got a little confused. We were fine splashing the Banishing Light. We needed it. We had a shot at all those Burglar Rats early on. We had some cards that didn't fit. And we really, yeah, we just didn't have any engines. Also, we lost to Liliana and to one game where we didn't hit any land drops. So I don't have anything else to say about this deck. I would have liked to have gone a little bit more to see where we ended up. I also would have liked to think twice or the draw 3 or a Spectral Sailor. But that's it. I said we were gonna have bad drafts, and we had one. I'm super thankful that this is, you know, draft 8 or whatever, and this is the first time I have had a losing record. That's wild to me. That's never happened before. We've been so successful so far. So we're gonna keep drafting. We'll keep learning. If you like the videos, hit all the buttons down here and wherever they are. Be excellent to each other out there. And Tom willing, I will see you in the next one.